A Family Shaped by Grace is a book that helps break unhealthy patterns and save your family relationships.
Here to tell us how this book can transform your family culture, Heather Beer is back. Welcome back.
Hi, good to be here.
So the title of the book is what, and what's the premise?
Yeah, A Family Shaped by Grace, How to Get Along with the People Who Matter Most. This is a book that just came out like the first part of June. I got to be on the launch team for it, which was fun, and so I got a pre-order copy and everything. But I was planning on coming on and doing this, you know, sometime in June after the book was released, and then my husband had his accident, so then we're just about 6 months behind, no problem.
That's okay. I think now's a good time though, because a lot of families
so.
come together, and that's when heads can kind of clash.
Absolutely. So Gary Moreland is the author, and I got to meet him in October out in North Carolina, and he is a dad and a grandpa, and he calls himself a family shepherd, which I think is a very needed thing right now. And so it was great to read this book, because I think that it's really hard to put into words, how do we do this grace thing with our families? Like, how do we offer people grace when they're not doing the things we want them to do, or things aren't going well, or somebody's mad at the other person, or not speaking to someone, or just disobedient, as you know, the kids are disobedient or whatever. And so he does a really great job with outlining like what we tend to do. You know, like here's what where we tend to be, and then here's what we could be, and this is how to make that shift. And like, he's so graceful about it as he does it, because he says, you know, like it only takes one person. It only takes one person to start making some positive changes, and then that just kind of, the momentum starts to grow, and then people start to feel better, and then things start to change. So I wanted to share just a little piece from the book, and I think we might have a graphic with this.
Yay.
He outlines 7 tactics for family disharmony. And so the first one is using your family to attain the inner peace and affirmation that only Jesus can provide. So he's saying, get your peace right. Don't look for the people in your family to make you feel good about yourself, because they can't do that. That's not their job. The second one is practicing performance-based acceptance. He calls this PBA. So basically, you know, it's like, are you doing what? Are you pleasing me? Are you behaving the way I want you to, so that I can like you and we can get along? I mean, that's a lot of pressure, right? The third one is keeping score. You know, how many times have you been wronged? How many times have I been right? You know, like that just is I think grounds for a lot of bitterness, which never grows good things. Bitterness never grows good things in a person. Rejecting and marginalizing. I think that speaks for itself. You know, if we're not accepting of the people in our lives, they're not going to be warm. They're not going to be open to us. I mean, this isn't going to foster a good relationship. Scolding, criticizing, and finding fault. That again speaks for itself too. You know, it's like, who wants to be criticized? Who wants to be scolded? Who wants to be, you know, found fault with all the time? I mean, I'm not going to grow if that's all I hear, right? I mean, if Aji came home and only like criticized everything you did, would that make you feel warm towards her?
That would be so fun.
I know, right?
I'm happy.
Right? And then the last 2, being offended. I think that, you know, that's just, that also creates bitterness and hard hearts. And then presuming you understand. So that's kind of like mind reading. You know, I know what's going on. I know what's right. So, but when we come back, I want to talk about the flip side of this.
Yeah.
And how we can make this a good thing.
I was going to say, those all kind of bring you down.
Yes, but bring you down.
Let's hear how we can bring our
family up. Let her take us to break
up.
after that transition she just did.
All right. So we'll see you after break. Yeah.